Senator Richard Burr today, announcing that there is nothing of any significance following a 19-month investigation into alleged Russian collusion.
I can say, as it relates to the Senate Intelligence Committee investigation, that we have no hard evidence of collusion. Now, we're not over, and that leaves the opportunity that we might find something that we don't have today.
Unbelievable. Burr remains undeterred. He says the committee's investigation will go on till the end of the year. Then he'll need at least 6 months to complete a report. This is government work, folks. Even though it is a witch hunt, it's government work. New text messages between ex-FBI employees Peter Strzok and Lisa Page reveal more on the intel community's media leaks. Strzok texting 1 month after Donald Trump was elected, quote, "Think our sisters have begun leaking like mad, scorned and worried and political. They're kicking into overdrive." Sisters said to refer to the CIA and news reports that link Putin to Russian election meddling. Joining me now, Chris Farrell, the Director of Investigations and Research for Judicial Watch. It's good to see you. Let's start with Richard Burr, who's turned over his committee to the ranking Democrat, Senator Mark Warner, who, I just don't know how much more preposterous this witch hunt can get. Burr says there's no collusion. There's been no collusion. They can't find anything, but they're not through yet, and they can just go on their merry damn way until you tell me. When does it end?
Sadly, Senator Burr has become a sock puppet for Senator Warner. And 0 times 0 is still 0. So I can't imagine why they take an additional 6 months to write a report saying they found absolutely nothing.
Because they can.
And I was heartened by, excuse me, by Mr. Burr about 3 weeks ago when he did come to the president's assistance with one statement, but then in very short order now he's flipped again back to the same old line of repeating what Mr. Warner wants him to say. It's sad. It's a pathetic situation.
It is sad, and Burr has just thrown he's put his entire career in the ditch. It's just amazing to me that he could just turn over the committee to the Democrats to throw reason and decency to the wind and go after a sitting president the way they have, and it's stunning to me how the people of North Carolina can put up with such atrocious conduct. Let's get to the FISA documents.
Sure.
The president apparently facing something of a contest within his own legal team, and Emmett Flood, who is in the White House counsel's office, apparently trying to stop the president from releasing those documents. At least those are the reports. Your thoughts?
Look, the answer is extreme transparency. The president needs to get every single document he possibly can out. Lawyers are built to minimize exposure. I get that. But in this case, the president is being harassed at a level no one has ever seen before in a presidency. And the more he gets out, the faster he gets it out, the more the American public will be educated about this level of obscene corruption. And that's frankly what the Department of Justice and the FBI are terrified of. And it's also precisely why, particularly given these new revelations, the reporting by Catherine Herridge, Mr. Meadows' revelations,
right.
Look, Rosenstein needs to be fired tomorrow morning. That's the answer. That fixes about 9/10 of all this Mueller witch hunt hysteria, the corruption at Justice and the FBI. The president should get up tomorrow morning, and his first order of business is to fire Rosenstein. Just get it over with.
The politics make it difficult, I'm sure, in his calculation. I think that at some point, decency has to prevail here, and it's not going to be assisted by either Mitch McConnell or Paul Ryan, because they just soon this president not succeed.
Your analysis is correct, but Rosenstein is sitting on top of a criminal conspiracy. He has got to go.
And at this point, how does that happen?
The Rosenstein would be fired. The president has grounds for it. Look, Rosenstein is a fact witness. He's disqualified in the very case for which he nominated Mueller to conduct an investigation. The supposed firing of Comey and the Russian collusion nonsense, which has now turned out to be a big goose egg. Rosenstein is so conflicted, so disqualified, yet he sits in this position supposedly supervising and conducting oversight of Mueller's operation. He's the same guy who's presiding over the current disaster wherein the FBI and DOJ do virtually nothing, and the American public has to rely on the work of Catherine Herridge and Mark Meadows and David Nunes and Judicial Watch. It's the only way that anything gets out. They know how bad it is, and they're sitting on it. Well, and that's why Rosenstein needs to go as soon as humanly possible.
And yet you have the chair of the Senate Intel Committee who doesn't have the guts to say it's over. That's how much of a feckless tool he is, and instead of standing with the President of the United States.
Agreed, but the President has the authority to do it as the chief executive, and they may not like it, but tough. That's the way it works in this country under the Constitution.
Chris Farrell, always good to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Lou.